Today, Asara B'Teves, the 10th day of Teves, which is a fast day, as we explained yesterday, that this was the beginning of the siege around Jerusalem. I would like to focus on the fact that it is the 10th day of the month. In Judaism, the number 10 is extremely important. First of all, a minyan. To have a minyan, a quorum of services, we need 10 Jews. Let's look at a number of events. The world was created by 10 utterances. God gave us 10 commandments. In Egypt, God gave the Egyptians 10 plagues. And He made 10 miracles to save us from those 10 plagues. While the Jews were journeying in the desert, God tested them 10 times. God has 10 sfirot, godly, divine attributes. And so do we have 10 sfirot. The land of Israel has Eser Kedushos, 10 levels of holiness. The highest one is the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the holies of holies in the temple. Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year, is the 10th day of the month of Tishri. Now what's so special about the 10? 10 represents shleimus, complete. In fact, according to the Hebrew numerology, from Aleph to Tav, Aleph is 1, Yud is 10. You go 1, 2, 3 till 10, which is the letter Yud. After the 10, we don't have another number. Chof is not another number. It's twice 10, or 3 times 10. It's down to the number 10. Interesting. When the Torah tells us that we count the year according to the monthly cycle, the first month of the year is Nisan. The 10th month after Nisan is Teves. Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, Av, Elul, Tishri, Cheshvan, Kislev, Teves. The 10th month. So Asara B'Teves, the fast of the 10th of Teves, is the 10th day of the 10th month, indicating that it has a very special godly revelation, a godly power emanating from God on that day, even superior than many other days, than many Yomim Tovim, many holidays. Now how could this be? It's a fast day. It's a day we commemorate the beginning of the destruction of the temple. How can this be so holy? How can this be so special? The answer to that lies in we have to be able to look beyond the forest. Exile is compared to childbirth. The process of childbirth is a painful one. Yes, we men, we never experienced it, but we're quite aware. The birthing pains are difficult. Yet, as soon as the baby is born, the mother forgets about the pain. Proof, she's willing to have more children. Exile is similar. Yes, we are now in the moments of contraction. They're painful, but we have to know that it's just temporary. And we have to know that any moment the baby is born and the pain will be long forgotten. It's a price that we have to pay for that birth. It's a price that we have to pay for getting the redemption, for receiving the redemption. So it's all in the letter Yud, that little dot. Beautiful story about the Ruzhiner, Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin, when he was still a little child. His teacher taught him that when you read in the Chumash or in the Siddur, and you come to the end of a verse and you see the 2 dots, that's an indication that this is God's name. Excuse me. When you see anywhere in the Chumash, I should say, his teacher told him, 2 dots, really this stands for God's name. The Yud and the Yud, the 2 little dots, it stands for God's name. So when he was reviewing with his father his homework, he was reading the pasuk, came to the end of the pasuk, there is 2 little dots. He said the name of God. His father is wondering, why do you keep on saying the name of God at the end of every verse? He said, that's what my that's what my teacher told me. Wherever the 2 dots, that's the name of God. He says, my son, it depends how those dots are. if they're next to each other or one on top of each other. If those two dots, those two little yuds are next to each other, that shows and indicates Jewish togetherness, unity, then it is godly. But when the one on top of the other, that's the end of the verse. When one thinks he's superior to the other, that's not godly, that's not God's name, that's the end of the pasuk. So my friends, let's take those two yuds next to each other. Let's all get next to each other. In fact, the word l'chaim has two yuds next to each other. So let us say l'chaim, let us celebrate together, let us unify together, and we will celebrate today in the Beis HaMikdash with Moshe.